How's it going, everybody? My name is LuckyBunz, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you the fastest way to grind blueberry points in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the Indigo Disk. Throughout this DLC, you're going to need a ton of blueberry points to unlock a bunch of content, but grinding this currency can be painfully slow. So what's the fastest way to get blueberry points? I'm just going to keep it real with you guys. You have to join a Union Circle. That is the fastest way to grind blueberry points in the game. But what if you don't have friends? Or what if you don't want to join somebody's Discord server? Well, you're not alone in feeling that way. I was actually in a similar predicament myself, and I had to figure out an alternative. Now, for those of you who don't have the Nintendo Online membership, I can't really help you out there, but I will say that for the yearly subscription, it's actually pretty cheap. It's only $20 for the entire year, which is only $1.60 a month. I'm not sponsored by Nintendo though, so if you guys can't afford it for whatever reason, I'm not really here to convince you to try and buy it, but I do think that it is easily worth it, especially when you compare it to some of the other subscriptions like PlayStation or Xbox. Now, this isn't going to be one of those videos where I just tell you guys to play online and that's pretty much your only solution. We're going to go over some solo quest strategies first, and then we'll go into the group content. Now, before you even start your grind, whether that's solo or in a group, I would highly recommend going to the cafeteria and getting the Academy Special. This is going to give you a level 1 shiny boost on every single type of Pokemon. So basically, my best strategy is that you want to just skip any task you don't feel like doing or maybe you find tedious. I know this seems like a really obvious answer, but it's actually not. Some players don't even know that you can actually skip tasks, but all you have to do is just hover over them and press A, and then it's going to give you the option to skip. For normal quests, you can skip for 10 blueberry points, and then for red quests or strong quests, it's going to cost you 50 blueberry points to skip. So while this may seem kind of counterproductive, this is actually the fastest way to go through them solo without it feeling like a drag. For example, I really don't enjoy taking pictures of Pokemon swimming or Pokemon flying, so if I get those quests, I tend to just reroll them into something else that's a little bit easier to get done, or just more enjoyable, I should say. Now, another really important thing to get done, especially for the Catch X Pokemon quests, are to have all of the flying locations unlocked. This way you can teleport quickly to pretty much anywhere in the terrarium. The next tip is going to be that you guys can use Synchro mode to auto-battle Pokemon and also pick up items. Just select something fast or fun to use. Like one of my favorites right now is Golden Go because of its snowboard, which also works on water. The next tip that I have for you guys is going to be to play in the center of the terrarium, and you're wondering, well, why do you want to play in the center? Well, this way you're right in between every single habitat. That way you can take picture tasks really easily, and you also have the TM machine right there. Now, the second best place to play would be to pick a mass outbreak to shiny hunt, and then just keep rerolling the easy tasks. For example, travel 500 yards, pick up 10 items on the ground, catch 1 Pokemon, auto battle 10 Pokemon, etc. You guys kind of get the idea here. This is actually a really great way to passively accumulate blueberry points, and if you're not into shiny hunting, well, you can just go with my first recommendation. Now, if you guys have any additional tips on solo quest grinding, let me know in the comment section down below, but overall, these ones helped me the most before I started doing Union Circles. Now, there are actually a few other ways to get blueberry points in the terrarium besides questing. The first way is going to be to battle all of the trainers in each of the biomes. At each rest area, you're going to find an Academy Guidance Counselor who will give you blueberry points for completing this. Following that, you can also complete all the flying trials. I believe this gives you a total of 800 blueberry points, and it goes all the way up to super hard difficulty. Now, with that being said though, we can finally start talking about the best way to grind blueberry points in the Indigo Disk, and again, that is going to be through a Union Circle. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is the time in the video I'm about to plug my Discord because literally every other creator does this, but I don't actually have a Discord, and I don't really even use Discord that often, so how did I get my Union Circle groups? Well, I actually went to the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet subreddit page, and they have a few mega threads for different group activities. One of them is going to be for BBQ farming, and there's going to be a direct link in the description down below, and all you basically need is a Reddit account. So once you're set up, join the Poke Portal Hub, and then from there you can join somebody's Union Circle or set up your own. And then either way, once you successfully have a group, you can just reply to the direct thread and communicate in there to get your quests done. This page is extremely active with people posting new groups literally every single minute, so I would highly recommend this, but if you're more comfortable with something like Discord, you can use that too. Now, occasionally you will get people that go AFK, and there's something you can really do about that. You could just disband the group and then just start a new one. And again, it doesn't really take that long. Like if you're hosting your own Union Circle, you get players almost immediately. There is just such an active community right now going on, and I don't know how long that's going to last, but definitely make sure to take advantage of it while you can. Now that you guys have a group, we can focus on the actual quest grinding right now. So the first thing that I want to talk about is completing multiple quests at once. We kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but not really. For example, let's say 2 of your teammates have a quest to catch 1 Pokemon, and you go ahead and catch 1 Pokemon. Well, now you're going to knock out both of those quests in one go, and everybody in your group is going to get points regardless of who actually completed it. This is one of the main reasons this is the fastest way to grind blueberry points in the game, because it's like having a 2 to 4 times multiplier on everything you're doing at all times. And with a good group, you can easily get 1,000 points in a matter of minutes. Now, one strategy that we talked about earlier with solo grinding is to reroll your quests. So basically the same concept here, like you want to reroll to easy ones, but you also want to try and reroll to duplicate ones that your teammates have. By stacking your quests and lining them up with your teammates, you're speeding up the process of getting these done, and then also getting new quests. So you can just rinse and repeat this process and you're going to get points even faster. Now I'm assuming most of you guys watching this video already have a basic understanding of how these quests work, but I'm going to go over some really quick details right now. So once you complete 10 quests, you're going to unlock a red quest or a strong quest. And then when you complete 3 of these red quests, you're going to unlock a gold group quest. These are going to award you a ridiculous amount of blueberry points, and most of the tasks are pretty easy to complete. All you have to do is just coordinate with your teammates. So let's run through all of those right now, and I'm going to give you guys tips and tricks and also how to get the 4-star sandwich done. So, catching a Pokemon that matches the hints that you've been given. Each of your teammates are going to get different hints for the Pokemon. Some of them are helpful, some of them are not really that helpful. It doesn't really matter which one of you catches the Pokemon, it's just one of you has to do it. Some of you guys may get a hint of that specific Pokemon's area, some of you guys may get a hint of the Pokemon's sound. I'm personally really bad with Pokemon sounds, but when it comes down to like a silhouette, for example, I could probably figure it out. That being said though, again, just coordinate with your teammates and you can most likely get these done really quick. Now the next couple of tasks are going to be take a photo with your friends in a specific biome, take a photo with your friends in something other than your school uniforms. Most of you guys probably have outfits from, I don't know, completing different aspects of the game, so that one should be pretty easy to do. Now take a photo with your friends while everyone is wearing eyewear. Well, where can you actually buy glasses in the game? Well, you can actually do it at most of the big cities like Messagosa, Levincia, Cascarafa. And the next one is going to be to take a photo with your friends while everyone is wearing masks. You already played through the Teal mask though if you're playing this part of the DLC, so go back to Kitakami Hall and there's going to be a mask seller who sells pretty much a ton of different masks. Go ahead and buy one of those and now you're good to go. The next quest is going to be a really common one that's going to be to find X amount of Ditto blocks in a specific biome. A Ditto is actually going to be disguised as one of those white pastel blocks spread across the area. I personally found this task to be a little bit tedious, but with 4 people running around, it doesn't actually take that long to complete. I'm just really not that great at it. I've only found like a couple of Ditto, maybe even just like a handful of Ditto. Most of my teammates are usually carrying me on this portion. Now let's finally talk about the last task, which is going to be to make a 4-star sandwich with your friends. Most of you guys are probably thinking, well, how do I make a 4-star sandwich? I've only ever made 3-star sandwiches before, and if I use all my herba mystica, I still can't make a 4-star sandwich. Well, that's because you need 4 people to make a 4-star sandwich. I think you could also do it with 2, but again, like most of you guys are probably going to be playing with 4 people if you're going to be doing the union circles. So how can you do this? And also, how can you do this without spending your herba mystica? Because you don't want to waste your herba mystica on just a random union circle, right? So basically the strategy here is to go with 1 hamburger, 1 cream cheese, and 2 mustard per person for a total of 4 hamburgers, 4 cream cheese, and 8 mustards. And that's basically all that you have to do. No herba mystica required. You just have to make sure that everything gets on the sandwich and nothing falls off, and you're pretty much going to have a 4-star sandwich just like that. And so with that being said, that is going to be every single group quest right there. Again, most of them are relatively easy to get done. You just have to coordinate with your teammates. But overall, this is going to be the fastest way to grind blueberry points in the game. The only requirement is really having the Nintendo Online membership, because everything after that is just really easy to set up. Again, just a Reddit account, Pokeportal Hub, and you're pretty much just good to go. I don't really have anything else to go over though, but if you guys have any additional tips or tricks you want to share in the comment section down below, I highly encourage it. Otherwise, if you want to check out some more content, I'm going to recommend these 2 videos right here. But before you go, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you all real soon in the next one.